That camera just does not want to. Hello. Let's see if we can hear again. How are you guys this lovely day? I always like to check my volume. Can we hear? Give me thumbs up if you can hear me. For some reason, I can't hear there. Let's see now. How about put the microphone on? Or comment in the comment section if you can hear. I can't hear myself, so that's not good. It'd be terrible to do a whole video and you guys not be able to hear me. Let's see here today. I usually don't have microphone issues. Recording. Let's see. I can't hear a thing on my little video. Bear with me for a moment. I can't hear anything. Why can't I hear? Testing. There we go. There we go. Okay. There we go. Can you guys hear me? I'm hoping you can. Give me a thumbs. Say something in the comment section if you can hear me. I'm not sure why I couldn't hear myself, but I could hear it now once I changed some settings here locally. So I'm hoping and trusting that you can hear me. Hello, hello, hello. This will be an awful long video if there's no sound. Hello, you guys. I have something really simple today. Really easy, simple today because my family is here from all around and I want to be able to leave and go spend some time with them. My sisters are here from DC, from DC, from Columbus, from Indianapolis. So I want to, it's my mom's birthday, so we were having a girls' weekend. And I, of course, said I would join them again after I finished this live showing that we have. So we got a couple of really simple projects today. I'm going to use this E6000. I had this vase already here at the house, and I'm just going to reuse this vase. And we're going to hot glue this little, isn't this a cute little, almost like a diamond shaped teacup holder that I found a long time ago at the Dollar Tree. And I think I used one of them for another project. And so we're going to use the second one for this project here. I'm going to add both E6000 and hot glue. Why do we do that? Because the E6000 will give it a permanent hold. The hot glue will help it adhere now so that we can work on it until the E6000 actually connects and gives it the complete permanent hold. All right. Got that centered on the bottom of there. How are you guys today? I think that's centered. It looks like it might be off a little bit, but that's centered down there. Okay. This project, we are going to take our Mod Podge, and I'm going to run the Mod Podge along the inside of the, let's squeeze some out here, along the inside of the glass. This is matte Mod Podge that I'm using. Hello, Queen. Hello, Miss Charmaine. How are you? Glad to see you in. Will you give me let me know if you can hear me well, because I was having some sound problems on my end just when the video was getting going. So can you hear me well? Will you talk to me? All right. So I'm going to run a thin set of Mod Podge on the inside of this vase. It doesn't have to be perfect. The thing that I want, though, is to make sure that it's a thin layer because I don't want it to be too thick. Thank you, love. I appreciate that. Thanks for letting me know. I don't want the Mod Podge to be too thick because it takes it too long to dry if it's too thick. So we want a thin layer, and I'm just running it around the inside of the vase here. Doesn't have to be perfect, just has to be. Right? So like I was saying, my siblings are all here. I'm the only one that lives here in the city with my mom. And my sisters live in DC, Columbus, Ohio, Indianapolis, Indiana. And so every year we try to come into town for my mom's birthday so we can spend some time with her and get an opportunity to shed some love on her. And my sisters hardly ever get to come as often as they would like to be with mom, but we try to make sure to do it on her birthday for sure. So I am not planning on being here very long today, maybe a half an hour, if that, I hope so, or a little less, depending on how fast we can get these projects done. So we've put the Mod Podge around the inside, and now we're just going to take, this is the gold leaf paper, and we're going to run this around the inside of where we put the Mod Podge. Now this gold leaf paper, it's very pretty, but it's very lightweight. You can see how it's falling inside of there. It's very lightweight, and so it doesn't take much to rip and or use. And once you place it on glue, it's pretty much done. So we're going to take a couple pieces. I just ordered off of Amazon. It comes like this. This is not a sponsored video. I'm just sharing you what I do for my, the papers comes in between these little papers, and you get a whole lot of sheets of it because, like I say, it is very light. And once you use it for a project, it's hard to reuse it. So once I break this off of here, once I take this paper off of this item, we won't be able to use it. We'll just throw the rest of what we have away. My little bottom's not stuck on there good. I have to do some more glue on the bottom. Came off. Glue me up again. Glue. Oh, that's good because I don't think it was quite centered anyway. So if it comes off again, then I will. Let's get it centered better. That looks better to me. Okay. And we have our paper on the inside getting stuck to the Mod Podge. Now, I'm going to set this one aside because I want this to dry a little bit more before we move to the next step. And what we're going to do now is we're doing two projects. Yep. Two projects today. We're going to take this vase. I don't know where I found this. I don't know why I have it, but I think it would be a beautiful candy jar to go with our little Tiffany boxes that we made last week. So we're going to do a little bit of ombre painting on this baby. I'm going to put some chalk paint into my pinch bowl here. Keeping in mind, this is the Waverly. Let's get it in the frame. This is the Waverly. Sorry, it won't. Let's see. Will it? Come on. It won't focus. But this is the Waverly chalk paint. And I just picked this up at Walmart. Waverly chalk paint picked up at Walmart. Okay. So this one is the color of, what's the color? Pool. It's called Pool. And I am going to, I like to use chalk paint if I'm doing live projects, since we're doing a live project, because chalk paint doesn't take any time to dry. If I were doing this non-live in a different video, I would take it outside and spray paint it, which will give it a much smoother finish. But chalk paint will be fine for our live and for this project. The reason I am not painting the inside of the vase is because I want to be able to actually put candy in it, and I don't want the paint to get on the candy and contaminate the candy. So we're going to just do the outside of the vase. Okay? Is that all right with you guys? Thank you for wishing my mom a happy born day, and I will enjoy my family. I think right now they are having, they said something about making breakfast for everybody and playing Phase 10. So I'm going to go down there and play Phase 10. Have you guys ever played Phase 10? That's a fun game. Okay. This is hard to see. Let me see if I can change the light. There you go. Does that look kind of, you can see the blue on that? It is a really soft, almost like the Tiffany blue. It's hard to see on the camera, but it is definitely a light blue color. We'll put that to the side for a moment. And then we will bring in the white chalk paint. Everything's opposite for me, so I'm trying to make sure you guys see the names and stuff correctly. You can see the light blue? Oh, thanks. You've never heard of Phase 10 is a card game? Oh my God, I can't even open this. I'm so sorry. If you could see my face right now, struggling to open this paint. I might not be able to get it open. Wow, that is really hard on there. What the heck? I'm sorry for that. I can't open this paint. Oh God, I did everything trying to be prepared and ahead of time, and except for open the paint thinking that it wouldn't need brute force. My goodness. Lord, help us all. Okay, I got it open. I almost feel like that was victory in and of itself. Wow. Phase 10, it's a card game that is kind of like Jim Rummy, Tunk, and Uno all combined together. In fact, the cards look a little bit like Uno. And you have there's 10 phases to the game. And you have to be able to try to be the first person to beat the phase. And the goal is to try to get people stuck on a phase so they can't advance to the next phase. It's very fun. It is time consuming, especially if you have more people. And the game will allow up to 10 players. And so it's extremely fun. I can say that for sure. It's very fun, and my family loves it. There's another one that we play called Skippo, which we started playing from the beginning, but for some reason, Phase 10 is the one that we always seem to navigate to when we spend time together. And it's not very popular. A lot of people, when you say something about it, they don't know about the game, but it is a really fun card game, clean, and I think you can be like 6 and older as long as you can count and know what like a run is, because one of the runs and sets, that's what you have to get, runs and sets. Yep, it's like Rummy. Exactly, Sandra. And you have to get runs and sets. You get a set of like 2 sets of 3. So you would need 3 cards that are exactly the same to make it a set. And if you have to get a run, that's something that you're going like 1 through 7, or run of 7 would be 1 through 7. A run of 8 would be run through 8. Sometimes it'll say you have to get cards of the same color. Extremely fun card game. And I think a deck of cards for it is only like $6 or $7. It's less than $10, or let me rephrase that. At least before the crazy inflation that we're currently experiencing, it was less than $10 for complete family fun. Worth I would recommend trying it. You can even download, I know there's a Phase 10 app now. You can download a Phase 10 app and you can play it with people online or with the computer. It's so fun. Oh, see, Sandra says it's her go-to game for their camp. It's our go-to game for our family too. And they're playing it now. And it's so fun. Like, we will jump in the middle of a game, especially depending on what levels people are at, because you can always catch up. But we love it in our family. So everyone's over my mom's house right now, eating breakfast, brunch, whatever you want to call it, and playing Phase 10. And as soon as we're done here, I'm going to jump in the car and head over there as well. All right, so as you can see, if you can see, this one is chalk paint white and chalk paint pool, which is kind of the Tiffany blue-ish. I'm going to let this layer dry because the more I paint on it, the more paint I actually take off of it instead of improving it. So let me allow that layer to dry and move this out of the way. Let's put it, where do I want to put it? I'm going to put this here. Oh, that was bad because I just hit it against the stand. Let me fix that because I hit it. Okay, I'll put it, I'm trying to get it so that I don't get paint on everything. All right, we're going to put this one here and allow that to dry. We're going to bring back in our other vase. So now I think that this is dry more and we can start taking the excess gold off of it. Look at how, oh, I'm not in frame, am I? I'm sorry about that, you guys. This stuff is so light and flaky. It gets everywhere. One of the things I've learned is just to try not to fight it. It does get everywhere. It's best if you have a little broom or something that you can use to sweep it away, but it does get everywhere. And what we want to do now is just, I'm using my finger to rub it into the, and to take it off wherever it didn't get stuck at, right? So now we have this beautiful little gold trim around the top of our vase. You see that? And I'm going to put just a little bit more right here. And stick that in there. That gap was too big for me. Okay, so we have this beautiful gold trim around our base, the tip of our vase, and we're going to go ahead and move to step 2. Now, I want you to remember, while I do these projects on live, I try to make it so that I can take some shortcuts so that you guys, there's no way we would be able to have a live where this was actually completed and allowed to dry and all of that. So when you're doing this at home, if you try this project, take your time because it will, it'll look much better. It won't be rushed. And you can create this. It'll be so beautiful. This is going to be nice, but it's brushed a little bit. And so it won't have as pretty of an effect if we were not doing it live because that Mod Podge isn't drying all the way. Okay, so this is what it looks like. And now I'm going to take this chalk paint and I'm going to pour it inside of our little project here. You see that? And if I need to get more, why am I using chalk paint? Chalk paint is thicker and it dries faster than regular paint. The best way to do this, if you're going to do it, is to take it outside and spray paint it with white paint. But because we are live and together, I can't spray paint. So we're going to make it do what it can do. Right? And we are going to run the chalk paint around the sides of interior of this vase. I think you guys already can see what we're creating. Look at how pretty that's going to be. And I don't want to put too much paint in there because we do want this paint to come out once we finish the project. I'm just letting it run to the edge. And if you're going to say, well, Sharon, why aren't you using your paintbrush to paint it? Because I don't want paint lines inside of it. I want it to have a nice, smooth finish. Look at how that looks. It's going to be beautiful. Some paint dripped out. I'll rub that back in. Yep, I don't want paint lines. So while we're working on letting this roll across, let's talk. So Mom's birthday was Wednesday, and my siblings all came into town yesterday. I think they're going to be here until tomorrow. And we always have a hoot nanny good time. I have some really powerful sisters. They are they're dynamic women. They do really good things in the community. And I know, like everybody, I'm really proud of my sisters. My mom, my sisters. My mom has some great kids, if I must say so myself. If I must say so myself, she has some really powerful young women that she's raised. So she's a strong lady. So of course, she's going to raise strong women. And they are awesome. How are we looking? We're moving fast. I added a little bit more in it so that it would move fast, but you can see that just tells you how thick chalk paint is and how cool it is. I want that to really get a good. I'm going to let this one keep working, and while that's doing what it's doing here and navigating that space, I am going to, oh, it's looking so cool. I wish you guys could see this. It almost looks like this glass was, I wish you could touch it. Maybe that's what I want to say. Yes, she is. Thank you, Charmaine. She raised some really awesome, strong, my sisters are powerful. I love them. I'll tell you guys about them in just a second. But I wish you could see this. This almost doing this on the inside makes this glass look like it's white glass. So I am the baby girl of the bunch. And we're going to let that keep draining while we move back to this one and paint. I'm the baby girl. And I am about let's see, 4 years age gap from them. I think the sister closest to me is 4.5 years between us. I literally just turned 50 in January, and I believe my sister turns 55 next month. So I'm the baby, and I'm the only one that's still here in the city with my mom. And I've shared with you guys, I run a homeless shelter, and I am involved in politics in my local community. And one of my sisters is she's a superintendent of a school system. Another one of my sisters is a general manager of a food chain. And another sister is a CFO of a corporation out in DC. And so they are doing some really hard and dedicated work. And I'm like, like, gosh, when I wish I just want to compare, right? I just want to grow up and be like my sisters. That's, if I could tell the truth, I just want to grow up and be like my sisters. I think they're phenomenal women and they're doing things so powerful in their own right. And I just love being able to sit in the room and glean from their knowledge and their wisdom. It's just, it's a very special thing. Okay. So now we have those two there, the two colors blended. They look beautiful. Now I have white on this brush already. So what I'm going to do now is I am just going to take the little blue. Let's leave this over here. To make this ombre effect, I'm just going to use the leftover blue that's in this container, mix them together, and come across the middle and kind of ombre that in the middle. And I'm running this really lightly because one, I don't want to take paint off, and two, I want it to kind of ombre together. It doesn't have to be a real stark, harsh line. I want it to be a softer white line. I'm trying to figure out where I can get you this light right here. It is right on top of us. Let's move that just a minute. There we go. Nope. Can you see it? The light is so working against me. I just want it to be a smooth line to ombre these together. Just a light touch on it. Okay. All right. So now we have that. Oh, thank you, Sandra. Yes, I love the work that I do. I shared before. This is my little ombre version. Let's see if we go higher. There we go. We're ombreing it. Okay. I shared before that I love the work that I do. I feel like I'm doing God's work and that I get to see God's miracles on a day-to-day basis with the families that I serve. Homelessness is not what people think a lot of times. It's got such a bad stereotype of stigma onto homelessness, and it's not that. People find themselves in a situation sometimes out of their control. In our community right now, homelessness is becoming more prevalent because rent prices are skyrocketing and people just cannot afford the increased rent, right? I'm going to let that dry for a minute. So prices of rent skyrocketing is having a dramatic impact on a family's ability to be able to afford this housing, especially since the employment market is not keeping up. There are jobs everywhere in our community, especially. You can see the signs saying, oh, thanks, Charmaine. You could see the signs saying help wanted, hiring. And so while the job market is definitely open and accepting people for employment, in my community right now, the job market rates are having a hard time keeping up with the cost of look at how pretty that is, you guys. The job market rates are having a hard time keeping up with the cost of rents. And so, small businesses can't afford to pay people what rent costs in our community. And, the economy is on the backs of small businesses, is how we survive and keep things going. But it's rough for everybody. It's just hard for everybody. And I feel sad because I understand it from both footprints. I understand all of it. But the people who get caught in the middle are the ones who have no say in it. And you guys are going to hear me out when I say this. The folks caught in the middle are the little bitty people, our babies. And that's who I fight hard and work hard for in my life, to make sure that our kids have a real opportunity to succeed. All of these choices are being made and they have no say in it. And so, how can we make the world better for them? I am going to I want to stick my brush in here to help move it along, but I am scared because, well, especially now I got blue on the end of this brush, so I definitely don't want to use that one. Um, we just have a little bit more for it to see that right there. We just have a little bit more for it to move inside of there. That is so pretty. We still have to get it up around the top on here and up around here. But, well, it's never going to get there if I keep moving it. Let's set it here. I'm going to set it like this. Okay, we'll let this one keep flowing. And then we'll come in on this little baby. I'm blowing it. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? I was like blowing it. Like, really, Sharon? You're going to blow it to see if that's going to dry the paint? Imagine how long this would be if we were outside doing this. This white paint on this end is starting to dry, and it actually has kind of a, chalk paint gives it a textured look feeling. Chalk paint gives it a textured look feeling. I can't blow this thing enough to dry it, can I? Charmaine, you gotta help me out. Your friend over here losing her mind, try to make sure she moves fast on this project. But it has this little textured feeling. This would be cool to do some glitter on it, but we're gonna do something different. I'm gonna try it and see if we can move. I'm gonna just try it. I'm reaching down, getting my big glue gun. In this area right here where it is already dry, I'm going to run some glue up and down, allow it to hot glue. All right. You guys have seen me do something similar to this before. And take my, spread it out. Now, you've seen me do something similar to this before, but now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this paper again. This is silver. I'm going to press it onto here. And let's see if we... Look at how that's sticking to my hand. Oh, don't set it down, Sharon. That's stupid. Might be able to. And I'm going to rip that part off of it. This might have been a bad idea to go live with doing this because now you guys really get to see me act up and cut this up. The idea is when I brush this away, it will actually leave the glue gun strips with what's that stuff? With this stuff on it. With the film on it. So I'm going to lean over the garbage here. I'm going to be off camera for a minute. I'm going to lean over the garbage and see if I can get this to brush away so that I don't have this all over. I am, just so you guys know, I am officially making it worse than what it was. All right, there's the silver. But guess what I did? Can you see what I did? When I said I am officially making it worse, I picked up the wrong brush and started brushing, and so it's got blue paint on it. We're not done yet, but I'm going to make it better. It's going to be better. This is going to be a happy mistake. This is going to be good. I like it when we have things that don't work out right up front, because then we get a chance to show us how to correct and fix them. So we're going to go with this glue gun now. It's got a smaller nozzle on it. The good thing is this isn't for anybody. This is me testing something out, trying this. In my head, it worked better. In my head, it worked better, but I think it'll work. We're gonna make it work. At least, how about that? We're gonna make it work, or else we'll just throw it away. We've done that before too. You guys have actually seen me throw a project away because they don't all come out. They don't all come out. They don't all look the way you think they're going to look when you're imagining this in your head, right? So if worse comes to worse, we'll throw it out. All right, now I'm going to take this clean brush off to the side and I'm going to brush this off again. So, yep, my sisters are fabulous. I'm so happy that they're here. I love that they always want to come in and love on mom during her birthday. Yes. I'm not sure if I'm liking this. This isn't doing what I wanted to do. Maybe this was a video that you actually do without doing it live so that the paint and stuff can dry the way that you want it to. So guess what I'm going to do? Did you hear that? I just threw that away. I don't like it. I don't like the way it was coming out. I don't like the way it was going. And it's just, there you go. Sometimes stuff doesn't work out the way you think it does. Isn't that the truth? I just read your comment, Sandra. Hello, Cassandra. Glad to have you here. Isn't that the truth, Sandra? It's like if we're not here to help our young folks out right now, I don't know how, because rent and stuff is really, really skyrocketing. And yeah, what you just spoke the fact. If it wasn't for us being able to help people out, our family members, like my daughter is, she's a sophomore in college now, and I really wanted to send her away to college, but truth be told, I couldn't afford to do it. So I compromised with her. If you stay here, you can live home for free as long as you want, and I'll pay the balance of what you don't get in student loans so that you can graduate without a lot of school loan debt, right? But yeah, because it's crazy. And we weren't able to get any assistance to help her. I'm just painting the inside of that to make sure that flows up. Because it's so thick, it's not leaving lines, which I love that about it too. So she stayed home for college, and I have to be honest with you, it was heartbreaking because she wanted to go away to a college in our state, and the room and board, I couldn't afford it. I'm not gonna even lie. I could not afford to send her away with the cost of the room and board. So she had to stay home, and we're helping reduce the amount of debt that she has with taking out for student loans. But as a parent, that was hard because I spent her whole young years telling her, go to school, get the grades, you can go to whatever college you want. And she did all those things that I told her to do. And then I couldn't afford to send her to the college that she wanted. And she wasn't getting any financial support from the schools. And so she actually ended up having to stay home. Now, the only savings grace for that for me is she spent a year abroad when she was 15 in Japan. So I felt like she had the experience of being away. Um, but I believe I'm one of those parents who think that kids should always get an opportunity to get away and explore outside of their community. And it was heartbreaking. Let me just say that it was heartbreaking for me to not be able to send her to the college of her choice. However, now she's wanting to go to a HSBC. So hopefully we'll be able to, as she advances in college, her junior year is coming up next year, so we may be able to do that for her. But I don't know. With the ongoing cost of everything, how communities are making it happen. All right, you guys, look at that. What I will do is allow this to dry, and this vase right here will be just one for putting putting goodies in or putting flowers in. But look at how pretty that is. Gold leaf around the tip. You can run your gold leaf down as far as you want. You could, I put the gold leaf on the inside so that when you touch it on the outside, it is still a nice, beautiful project without having to fill that paint on the inside. I used chalk paint, which was a little thicker. But if I were going to do this off of a live, I would put the gold leaf in, allow it to dry a really good time. You could make it a little thicker if you wanted to. Like I said, you can make it deeper. And then I would allow that to dry. And then I would also spray paint the inside of it instead of the chalk paint. And spray painting, if you spray paint it, advice on that. Let me give you a little bit of advice. If you decide to spray paint this project on the inside, go light. Do a lot of light sprays instead of one big heavy spray because it will start to run, especially on the glass. If you spray paint your project on the inside and you don't do light strokes, it will start to run. If you decide to spray paint it, you want to protect the outside. So I would wrap it with paper and then just do light sprays on it on the inside, let it dry for 10 minutes in between, spray lightly again and let it dry, spray lightly again and let it dry until you achieve the look that you're going for. But this is the look that we have today. I'm going to turn this light off and see if you guys can see it better. Or maybe it's just me. I can see it better over here. But this is the look that we have going today. Look at how pretty this would be if you put this on a table and put you some little florals inside of it. It's going to be gorgeous. And imagine if you did 2 or 3 at varying heights. So it would be a very, very pretty vase. And something I just thought about, you could put gold leaf at the bottom, gold leaf at the top, and then spray paint the interior. Thank you, Charmaine. Thank you. Now, I got a lot of cleanup that I need to do, but I'm going to go to Mama's house. Y'all know I got to go see my mom and my sisters. I got to go see my peeps. And I clean this up because it'll take a last minute photo of that. Oh, don't roll away. Don't run away. So that was 2 projects. We threw one away because it just turned out horrible. Not even going to lie or pretend. It was not what I thought it would be in my head. So I might try that again and just edit a video and post it up for you guys to see how it turns out after I try it again. But this is what this one looks like today. Tell me what you think. Pretty, thank you. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out. Yes, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you for hanging out with me. It is Sunday. 1 o'clock is my time that I've committed to try to be here for you. And I'm glad that even with my family being in town, that we still get an opportunity to spend time together. Now, look at me with all this little gold dusting and silver dusting all over me. So I'm going to go clean my hands up and I'm going to go have some fun with my family. I hope you guys have a great week. I will see you next week. And I am working on a video that I am going to edit and post up. So you'll be able to see that soon too. Yes, I hope I win. You guys are awesome. I always love our Sundays together. You are a great time to be with. It helps me de-stress from a week of lots and lots and lots of change and transition, and just being able to come on here and know that you guys come in and talk with me. I know I get to do all the talking, but I try to read the comments as we go through. If I've missed any, please charge it to my focusing on the project and not my heart, because I do love you and I appreciate your time. You could be watching any YouTube channel in any place, but the fact that you're spending your time here with me, I realize that, appreciate it, and thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. And until then, stay classy. Talk to you next time.